This is the latest mobile controller from Razer, and actually so is this, and so is this. Razer has released 3 brand new mobile controllers. My name is Kozub, and I'm going to unbox each one and tell you a little bit about the differences between the models. Quick history lesson if you're totally new to this product category and why they exist. Basically, the thinking is mobile phones and tablets have gotten better and better. Why not harness them with a more console-like gaming experience by adding in physical buttons? Originally, Razer just made these to work with mobile phones. They had models for iPhone, they had models for Android, and they worked pretty good. But in 2024, they really hit on something when they introduced the Kishi Ultra, which is big enough to hold an iPad mini. Fast forward to 2025 and the V3 lineup has been introduced. We're going to start off by unboxing the V3 Pro, then we'll go bigger, and then we'll go smaller. So because this uses USB-C, it works with a variety of Android and modern Apple devices. When you open up the box, there's this little piece of paper, and that shows you that there's different sized rubber inserts depending on if you're using a phone or a tablet. More on that in a second. On the back of the controller, you'll find 2 assignable buttons that you can map to whatever you want for whatever game. One thing we've never seen on the Kishi lineup before was swappable thumbsticks. That is now the case with this model, and those joysticks will never suffer from controller drift. They are TMR joysticks, which means they use magnet resistance instead of friction resistance. The Nexus software is what organizes your games on your device and even allows you to remote play from your PC. It is included for free with this handheld, and it works so good. In fact, it's probably one of the best-selling features. The fit is very versatile, but it can be dialed in perfectly depending on the type of device that you are putting in there by using these swappable rubber inserts. There's certain ones for certain types of devices, and when you open up the box, you'll see a little card that explains which size to use for which device. So if you're using an iPad mini, you can get a larger gaming experience and have a very secure fit. Because of the expandability of this controller, you can fit an Android tablet up to 8 inches. If you need something bigger, well, they've got a model for that too. This is the Kishi Pro XL, which is like cartoonishly big, but so awesome to play with. Now, I've used this with both Android and Apple devices, and there are differences between the two. For example, with Android devices, you get the haptic feedback, so like vibrations when you're playing the game. With Apple devices, you do not get that. That's something I hope will change eventually, but something worth keeping in mind for now. The features of this one are very similar to the previous model that I just showed you, only everything is now bigger. Both models have 3.5mm audio jacks on them and a USB-C input that allows for pass-through charging, so you can keep the battery topped up while you're playing, or you could even plug that into a PC if you didn't have a tablet or a phone inside of the controller. The buttons have a very satisfying tactile click, and just like the previous model, those rubber stoppers allow you to fit in different sized devices, even if the device is inside of a case, which is quite convenient. Swap between devices quite a bit, so I don't know if this is something that you'll do often or not, but I wish there was a better storage method for keeping the little rubber stoppers, like maybe like in the controller somehow. That doesn't exist, so they're in a box somewhere, and I just hope that I don't lose them as time goes on. How great, though, does the iPad Pro look with this thing? It is a little bit ludicrous when you're first holding it, and you're like, oh my gosh, the screen is so big. But you get very used to it very quickly and become very spoiled. Maybe at this point in the video, you're wondering why anyone would need one of these things or want to do this. For me personally, I feel like I don't have enough time in my day for gaming, but having a mobile controller like this allows me to throw it in my work bag, so if I ever have 10 or 15 minutes where I can just quickly pick up and play, it lets me sneak in more gaming time, or even just for playing around the house. Even when my console is downstairs, it's kind of nice to be able to do a remote play from my PlayStation and have it on such a beautiful screen like the one on the iPad Pro. As time goes on, these tablets and phones that we have and use for other things are just going to have better and better screens and better processors, and they're going to be more and more capable of playing great games. As it is right now, I feel like Apple does have a really great selection of games that work natively right on the device, and for Android, you can be streaming games from your Xbox Game Pass library or PlayStation Remote Play, or using the Nexus app from your PC. So there's still a lot of stuff that you can play, even if you're not necessarily seeing that in the Google Play Store. And obviously there's dedicated handheld gaming devices that are truly better than anything we've ever had. And that's great if you have the money for that type of thing. But if you just want to use the thing that you already have, your smartphone, and make it feel more like a gaming console, these type of controllers can be a low-cost option to do that. Which brings us to the third and final model, the Kishi V3. This is the lowest priced model and the one that has the lowest amount of features, but is a great way to simply add buttons to your smartphone for a better gaming experience. Some of the differences you'll notice about this model compared to the previous ones that we saw earlier are the buttons are a little bit smaller. They are scaled basically to the size of the device, and the D-pad is a little less fancy, but all the core functionality that would make this a good mobile gaming experience is still there, and it does fit a versatile amount of phones. My OnePlus 13R is probably the strangest shaped phone that I could find, and even in the case, this fits it easily. If you're looking for a more casual gaming experience with buttons and physical controls for your smartphone, the V3 base model is a great option. That is the quick intro to the latest mobile gaming controllers from Razer. What do you think? Please drop any questions that you may have in the comments. And if you did like this video or found it helpful, remember to subscribe. All the different mobile controllers are somewhat similar, but all have little differences. Like I use the GameSir one, particularly with Nintendo Switch. It's very, very good. Backbone also is like sort of the one that everyone knew, but they all have their little nuances and things that are really good about them and really bad about them. The stuff I really like the most about Razer controllers are overall the build quality is top notch, but the software experience is so good. So if you want something that feels like a Steam Deck or an Ally X, like a dedicated gaming console, using the Nexus software with a Razer mobile controller really does make it feel like that complete experience. Obviously, there's a little bit of compatibility issues because of the USB-C input. Maybe you have an older iPhone, or maybe your device is of a certain size, so it might make it a little bit tricky. However, I do think that with those little rubber spacers that they have on these mobile controllers, like particularly with the Kishi V3 lineup now, there's basically an option that's going to fit any size of controller. Whereas I've got this OnePlus tablet, which is 13.2 inches, the biggest one that I own, and like this even fits inside of there, and it's like a pretty awesome gaming experience. Anyway, that is the quick overview of the latest controllers from Razer. Let me know what questions you have or what thoughts you have about these devices. My name is Drew Kozub. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more about these mobile controllers or any of the other ones that are out there on the market, this is the thing that I write about the most on my website, geekingout.ca.